So hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. So great to see you all online again today, and it's Eng here from TMS Tax Accounting and Financial Services. And today I have a very important topics to share with you. It's called Fringe Benefits Tax. And a lot of you might heard this term, Fringe Benefits Tax, or some of you might not, probably wondering what is that? Well, basically, the reason we set up this webinar today is to share this important message with you. Is like tax office and also the government announced that due to the budget deficit and the COVID-19, there's a lot of gaps of collecting this fringe benefits tax revenue. The gap is about like more than 40%. They know that a lot of people are not compliant in this area. And so they're putting a audit team to come and check on all the businesses to make sure that they're paying the right fringe benefits tax. And a lot of you might think, I don't think I have any fringe benefits tax to pay. So why do I need to register or lodge? So today I'm just going to explain to you what it is and should you register for this FBT tax or not, and what happens if you don't register, and what happens if you don't lodge your FBT, what's going to happen to you. It is a very important topic, and I want you to sort of pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. Today, it's all about, what you need to know about fringe benefits tax for year 2021. On the 31st of 2021, this is where the fringe benefits tax year end. It's different from the normal financial year end because the financial year for income tax is from 1st July to 30th of June. But for fringe benefits, it's from 1st of April to 31st of March. We're nearly there. Like next week is going to be 31st of March, 2021. And that's where the fringe benefits tax year end, giving that increasing budget deficit, as what I just mentioned before, the ATO will be reviewing like all the employers and who should be paying FBT are paying it, and they are paying the right amount. So they are checking on it. It is the highest non-compliance area at the moment. And if they come and check on you, they for sure they want to collect as much as they can. Okay, and that's what we don't want you to caught up, and we want to be able to help you, to protect you, so that you don't gonna be paying too much tax to them. The question here is like, should you be registered for FBT? Now, let me ask you a question. Like you, a lot of you wondering, so what is the fringe benefits? Basically, like if you provide, for example, if you have a company and you are the director of a company, which is including yourself, right? And also your employee, and you got a car in the company, and then you let yourself or maybe your employee use the car for private use. You might be using the car to take your kids to school, to shopping, to do any private stuff. Like if you provide that benefits to you as an employee or to your employee, then that's fringe benefits. Also, it's including entertainment. Like for example, sometimes you have to take your customers to the restaurant to eat, for food, for drink, or maybe take your staff. We have Christmas party, we have some sort of birthday party, and then you take your staff to the restaurant to eat, and then you provide them food and drinks and so forth. That's fringe benefits. And also it also apply to, let's say, if the company loan you the money or loan the money to your employee. If they loan the money to the employee at no interest, let's say it's for free interest, that's also fringe benefits. Or maybe sometimes you loan the money, or you let them borrow and you don't collect back the money. The company doesn't collect back the money, and then it's all debt free. That's also fringe benefits. And it's also including reimburse of the private expense. For example, if the company pay for the school fees, pay for home loan mortgage, pay for any sort of private expense, that's all fringe benefits. A lot of time when we prepare the accounts for you, in the past, what we do is that any private expense, we will not claim as a business expense for you. We will put that as a drawings or as a loan that the company provide to you, And then we will work out the principles and the interest, which is called Division 7A, to get you to pay that back to the company. It's because we don't want you to incur these fringe benefits. Car as well, like we will work out at the end of the year, normally we will work out the private use of your car, and then we will get you to pay that money back to the company, or we will use a journal entry to say that's the employee contribution, add that back as the company's income. So therefore, we're not claiming that private portion. So we reduce that fringe benefits to nil. And then therefore, you don't need to lodge the FBT return. We got the message from the accounting bodies, also from the tax office, to say that even though we know that you're not up for any fringe benefits tax, but if we don't lodge the FBT return for you, then it opens up the window that the tax office can come back and audit you for unlimited years. Like they can go back 10 years, 20 years to audit you. And that will create a big problem. From now on, which is because of the tax office pay a lot of attention on this, it's better that we lodge the FBT return for you to limit the time the tax office can go back and audit you. Because if you lodge the FBT return, then they can go back maximum 3 years. But if you don't lodge the FBT return, then they can go back as many years as they want. And that will create huge problem, because just imagine 1 year you might not keep the logbook for the car. And then the tax office asks you to prove that what is the percentage of for business, what's the percentage for private, and then you don't have that logbook to prove. Then they can come up with they can work out the FBT, the fringe benefits that you actually provide to the employee, and then they will tax you based on that, and that is going to be create a lot of problem there. Should you be registered for FBT? Do you provide benefits to your employee, including yourself, for the car, for the loan, for the expense, the private expense, for the debts, and for food and drinks, and so forth? And if you answer yes, then we will need to work it out. How much is that fringe benefits? And then we will work out the way how to reduce that fringe benefits down, so that you're not going to ask for the fringe benefits tax, because fringe benefits tax is actually a lot. It's 47%. And when you work out, if you need to pay the fringe benefits tax, then it's actually work out worse off than you're trying to claim that private expense. It is very important that after this webinar, we're going to send you an email detailing everything that I explained to you in this webinar in details. And then if you decide to engage us, then you can just click on the link, and then we will send you the questionnaire. That's the first step to fill, which is called FBT questionnaire. And we also add a schedule as well to give us the information, so then we can prepare that FBT return for you. Should you lodge an FBT return even if no FBT is payable? That is the question that a lot of people ask us. The tax office say, if you don't have any FBT, like if you don't have any fringe benefits tax to pay, then you don't need to lodge the FBT return. But the problem is just what I just said before, is like, if let's say we do a journal entry to reduce your FBT tax to nil, but because we don't lodge the FBT return, then it gives the tax office the unlimited time to come back to your business to audit you for unlimited years. And that is really not good, because it's better that even though we work out like you don't have any FBT tax to pay, we still lodge the FBT return. And even if it's a new return, but at least we lodge it, we let them know that there's no FBT tax payable here. It's a new return, but then it gives them the limit time only 3 years. So if they want to come back and check, they can only check back for 3 years, no more. So, which is a very good recommendation. And I strongly recommend that everyone here, especially you are business and you operating your business as a company or trust, which is you employ yourself as an employee or you employ other people as an employee, including director of a company as well, to lodge this FBT return. And then we can help you to work it out, to journal back that private expense to make the FBT tax return to be nil, so that you don't have to pay the FBT tax, but just lodge that FBT tax return, which is very important to do that. As what I mentioned before, the ATO is focusing on this at the moment. And this is why we set up this webinar to let you know. And the message is very important here. And I don't want any of you to ignore it. And you have to take this seriously, because this is a huge tax. It's more than the income tax. There's a lot of tax in this country, but FBT is another type of tax that a lot of people that probably they just ignore. And that's why the tax office, the government know that this is the area that they can collect the most revenue, and they are focusing on this at the moment. We have a lot of FBT fact sheets that we can send it to you. FBT is a complicated area, but it's good to know that if you provide any private benefits to your employee or to yourself, then you are subject to the FBT, which is called Fringe Benefits Tax. How the ATO identify, how do they know? How do they know that we got FBT if you don't tell them? Well, how they know is like, because every year we have to lodge the company's tax return or your trust tax return. And in there, there's the specific items that we have to tell them. For example, we have to tell them that we are claiming motor vehicle expense. There will be an item there. So straight away, when they see motor vehicle expense, they were wondering, I wonder if there is any private use of this car. So it gives them an alarm to want to come and check on you. And or if they see you paying salary and wages, they also say, okay, since you employee, I'm pretty sure you're going to provide some private benefits to your employee on top of their salary and wages. So we want to check on you as well. We want to ask you, did you provide any private benefits to them? Like, did you give them the money? Did you pay for the school fee for them? Did you pay for the private health fund for them? Did you pay for their home loan mortgage for them? Or sometimes if they, some entertainment, some holiday, which is not business related. So they would want to check on that. And also there's items in there, like if you pay superannuation, then they know, okay, you definitely will have an employee there. The other expense, like a lot of time we will put the staff amenity, like, sometimes you pay for the going to the restaurant, take the staff to the restaurant for year-end party or for birthday party. And you might claim that as a staff amenities, or maybe it's some sort of entertainment. They will look at your income tax return and they will identify those items, and then they will come back and they will just send you a questionnaire, which is what we will send it to you first. So basically the FBT questionnaire that we're about to send you is similar to the one that the tax office will send you. It's better that we know first, because we are working for you. We are your accountant. We servicing you. So it's better that you tell us first, then we can help you to protect you, to make sure you comply with the law, rather than we wait till we ignore all this and we wait till the tax office come and send you the questionnaire. Then it's too late to fix up anything, to do anything. So it's very important that you understand this point, that it's very easy for them to identify whether you provide FBT to your staff or not, okay? It's from your tax return and also from other sources as well. Like nowadays, because with the data matching, they also know how many cars the company have. Let's say, they got this data from this RTA to say, how many cars is this company registered? So if you have 2 or 3 cars, then one person can definitely cannot drive 3 cars. You probably get your wife to drive, or your husband to drive, or your relative, or your mom, your dad, your son, your daughter. So it's definitely, if they have more cars in the company, they will want to know, is there any private use on this car? And if it is, have you account for the fringe benefits for this car? So it's very important. It's very easy for them to find out. Put it this way. If you're talking about 10 years ago, I'll probably say it's going to be a bit hard. But now, because, we in 2021 century, so easy for them to data match all this data. So it's very easy for them to know. The key things that you must do on the 31st of March 2021 is like, for the car that you own in the company or in the trust name, you need to take a photo of the odometer reading of your car, because we need that information. So what you do is to take up your phone And then on the 31st of March, take the photo of that odometer reading in your car, because we need to know what is the odometer reading at the end of the 31st of March in order to calculate the fringe benefits for you for the car. So that's the first thing, is that on the 31st of March 2021, you need to take finish travel for the day. You require, for each of the employee, you need to ask them to get the phone and take that odometer reading. And secondly, you have to carefully manage the private use of the business of the car. That means that you should have a logbook. Thirdly, is like for any meal entertainment expense provided to the employee, you need to put that down in the FBT questionnaire. What items are exempt from FBT? If you provide your staff mobile phone, laptop, or surface, tablet, portable printer, protective clothing, the tool of trade, all this is relating to them, relating to the business earning. This is all exempt. It's all tax deductible anyway. If something is tax deductible, it's called otherwise deductible rule, then there's no fringe benefits there. But if anything is private, then it's subject to FBT. We also have a fact sheet called the minor and infrequent benefits exemption. What is this is like some of the business that, let's say the employee, you take them to a restaurant once for a while, like not all the time, and the amount is less than $300, it's exempt from FBT. But if that employee, like salesman, right, they have to take the customer to the restaurant to have lunch, dinner all the time, frequently, then whatever that meal allowance or meal entertainment, it's not exempt from FBT. There's a slightly difference there, and it's better that when you fill up that FBT questionnaire, you don't have to worry about, is this subject to FBT? You just have to answer our questions. And if you answer our question, we will know what to do with it. For this form, the FBT questionnaire, you will have to answer the question truly. And then from there, we will help you to assess, and we will do the FBT tax return based on that FBT questionnaire that you provide to us. And we will have a way to help you to reduce that FBT tax down. There's some special, because due to COVID-19, as you know, people have to work from home, right? Because all of us, like because of COVID-19 and we're on the lockdown and everyone have to work from home. So when you have to work from home, you need to have a table, a chair, a laptop, a printer. You have to set up your home office. The tax office give an exemption. Like if that is the case, it's not subject to FBT. For example, with the COVID, we have to wear the mask and we have to wear the gloves and the hand sanitizer and any antibacterial spread. Like we need to get that privately for ourselves anyway. But it depending on your job. If your job is not on the list that I'm about to share with you, and if your employer bought all those stuff for you, like give you the gloves, the mask, the sanitizer, and antibacterial spread, and all this kind of thing, this is all private use. And if it's a private use, it's subject to FBT. But if your job is, example, like let's say you are working in the medical center, you are the cleaner, or you're working in the airline, or you are a hairdresser, or beautician, retail, coffee shop, restaurant, all this, and if you provide the mask to your staff or all those items that I just say, it's exempt. It's not subject to FBT. So it depending on job that you do. Some of the job it classified as a private use. Also, they got some rules about car parking, like where you park the car. Is it park at home, or is it park in the commercial area, or is it park in the shopping center, or is it park in your business premises? It's all different type of treatment. So I'm not going to go through in detail today to tell you which one is yes and which one is no. But what I need you to do is that you answer the FBT questionnaire truly and tell us, and then we will assess that. And that's why we are here to help you, because it is a complicated area, because it's also depending on the type of the car and then how often you drive the car. And then there's a different method of calculation of the FBT for the car as well. There's a statutory method, there's an operation method, and it depends on which method that gives you the lowest FBT tax payable amount is the method that we will use it for you. So there's a 2 different ways to calculate the car. There's a few ways to calculate entertainment expense. There is some exception from the FBT due to the COVID-19. The best thing is we recommend you to fill up the FBT questionnaire and the schedule that we send you, and then we will assess that. After you engage us to do your FBT tax return, for you to not get into trouble or not for the tax office not to be able to go back 10 years or more than that, to limit the time that they can go back to audit you, it's best to lodge the FBT tax return this year. There's a ways to reduce your FBT, and just give you a few examples here. It's first thing is like, okay, if you need to provide some benefits to your employee, sometimes it's better just give them the cash wages, like increase the cash, pay them by way of wages, and then they can use that money to spend on the private use as they want. If the company pay them the wages, then the wages become tax deductible for the business, right? And then the employee can take the money to do whatever they want. Then it's not subject to FBT. If you use the car for private use, like the car belongs to the business, belongs to the company or the trust, belongs to the employer, then to reduce that FBT tax return to nil, we can also do some adjustment entry to make you pay back that private use back to the company. So to reduce the FBT to nil, then you don't need to pay the FBT tax return. There's just a few ways of reducing your FBT tax return to nil. And we know the way to do that. And all you have to do is just answer that questionnaire for us, and we will handle that for you, okay? I just sort of briefly touch, like a lot of people say, oh, this fringe benefits tax is no good and so forth. But in some cases, it actually works tax effective, especially if you have a husband and wife situation that maybe the husband earning very high income, like maybe the husband earning like 250,000 or the wife earning 250,000, and the spouse, the other partner earning only 25,000. There's a way to salary package your car so that you can shift some of your income to your wife or to your husband, and you also can get the car to use. And there's a few ways, like it used to be we using novated lease, but now we have a way that we can, if you're in that situation, let's say you earn very high income and your wife stay home and looking after kids, but she still need a car to drive to take the kids to school and to shopping and to do your private stuff, and then you need a car, but you're earning very high. There's a way that you can get your wife to buy the car, and then she lease back the car back to the company, and then the company pay them the leasing income, and then the company give the car to the husband to drive. So there's a way to do it, and it's called salary packaging. And when you work it out correctly, there's one case study that I can't share with you today because it's quite a complicated calculation. It's actually saving, if averaging 3 years, it's actually saving like close to 25,000. So it's a really good strategy that you can use for salary packaging as well, if you're in that situation. If you want to have more information about this associate lease, contact us and we can send you the example, the fact sheets, and then, or we can look at your case-by-case circumstances, and we can salary package it for you to work out the best tax benefits for you, like the take-back benefits for you. Basically, salary package is like we work out what is the best way for you to have more money in your bank account and also get all these benefits to use. So again, I already mentioned that we have a lot of fact sheets here, like what is car benefit, car fringe benefits, the employee business card, the tips and the entertainment and meal, and how to use the associate lease, the minor and infrequent benefits, and how to identify the ATO potential audit, and why you should lodge an FBT, and what is the best way of using the car. So we have all those fact sheets, and if you want to get more information, just request it from us and we can send to you now. So what's your next step? The next step is we will send you the email to confirm that you would like us to help you. Or if you are not our existing client, you please contact us, like send us, and I will give you our telephone and our email. Contact us and we will help you to make sure that you are compliant with law. Financial year is from 1st of April to 31st of March, but the lodgement day is 25th of June. So we have to start now. As soon as the 31st of March hits, we need to get all those information in, so we have enough time to prepare your FBT tax return, and we can lodge it on time by the 25th of June. So if this is your first year that we never lodged the FBT tax return for you before, we need to register that first. And after we register, then we will do the FBT tax return for you. In the email we will send you is that there will be an engagement link, and there will be an upfront fee that we will require you to pay us first to do the job for you. We're really looking forward to helping you to meet your FBT obligations, and we are available anytime to answer your questions. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope this is helpful, and we are here to protecting your wealth and protect your family, and stay safe, and everyone have a good afternoon. Thank you.